hello, and welcome to Volume 3, Episode 12 of The Talent Show powered by TTEC. I'm your host today, Jennifer Nelson. We're here every other Thursday at noon Eastern to focus on TTEC's most valuable asset, its talent. The people who bring the skills, the drive, and the life to TTEC. After all, people are at the heart of what TTEC does, and TTEC, the human experience elevated. That being said, I'm so glad that everybody is here with me today. I want to start off our conversation the way I do every time, asking you where you are across the globe. And I always love the informal competition that I put there. See who's coming from the United States, who's coming from Europe, who's coming from India. I, mentally tally it up and praise the winner. So let us know where you're tuning in from today. And I'm going to go over a little bit what we have coming up at TTEC this month, because it's not only a hot month here in the United States, a hot month for jobs, and a hot month for events. Starting on June 16th, we have a Juneteenth event starting at 5 p.m. Eastern and going to 6 p.m. Leisha Anderson, or Leisha Bush, as you may know her, is hosting our second annual Juneteenth event on Facebook and LinkedIn. Secondly, we have another Pride event. I had Kevin Bedwell on the last show, and we talked a little bit about DE&I, and we're kicking off Pride Month with him, and then moving into a great celebration on the 22nd at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. This will be on Facebook, so I really encourage you guys to go over to TTEC Facebook USA to find that event and learn a little bit more about TTEC, right? But that is coming up. Today's topic is all about healthcare at TTEC, and our guest is going to kind of put a personal spin to things, talk a little bit about his experience and some of the great people that this job is amazing for. But I, in the marketing department, have a couple of virtual events that are coming up this month too. On the 22nd and the 29th of June, we have a total of 3 different events, 2 bilingual events, because we're always looking for amazing Spanish-English bilingual customer service and healthcare insurance people. So 2 bilingual events and 1 for everybody. So for the 22nd, we have an evening event for those on the East Coast, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then on the 29th, we have the 2 events, which one is at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. and then again, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. So if you hear the amazing things that our guest is going to talk about and you love healthcare at TTEC, we have some great ways for you to jump in, RSVP, and get on board with us. I love telling the stories of so many people that start out in healthcare, and they're doing amazing things at TTEC. So let's see where some people are. Tatum, hey, one of our very fabulous interns is tuning in from the headquarters in Denver. I see Deprika is in India. Yay, India, Belfast. So great to see people from all over the place. Hello, Mark. Hope you're having a great time in Belfast. There's some great questions in the comments too. Are you currently hiring in Montreal for a technical support representative? That's a great question. ttechjobs.com is always the way to get an answer to that, but there may be somebody in the chat able to give you a link and do a little bit better of a connection. Got some more Canada, Pittsburgh, Dallas. Hi, Elizabeth. And of course, Dora behind the scenes with our producer is in Athens, Greece. I love that. I love knowing that I'm talking to somebody all over the world today. All right, let's get into the topic for today. Like I said, it's healthcare season at TTEC, and that's really coming up in line with open enrollment. We're doing a huge hiring push, but that's the reality of the situation and what we're doing. Our guest today, Patrick Arcement, is one of the best people that I've met with passion and conviction about this topic. And I'm so glad that he's coming back to talk about healthcare. He was with me last summer about this time talking about healthcare season at TTEC. He kind of laid the groundwork, and I really encourage you guys to go through our past shows and learn a little bit more about that. Today, we're going to dive deeper into who this position is really great for, so you can see yourself in these roles. He is the executive director of operations along with healthcare. I'm going to let him talk a little bit more, just a little bit more about his role here at TTEC, and then dive right into our topic. So let's bring Patrick on the show.
Hey.
Hey, Patrick. And behind the scenes, I was telling Patrick he is the epitome of Florida today.
Yeah, gotta represent. But hey, real quick, if I may, Jennifer, look at the people. Just first of all, hello, world. I'm reading the chat. I'm like, there's people from Greece, Ireland, Argentina. I saw in here, the Philippines, and of course, we've got some great counterparts in the Philippines that work with us on the healthcare as well. But just wow, welcome all. It's overwhelming to see that many countries represented here. So congrats, Canada. I actually just looking through. So we've got quite a few people represented here. That's great.
I think people in the United States may be leading this show. I suggest everybody from Europe and India share with your friends, so you can get the other countries to represent a little bit more. So, Patrick, I did a very brief introduction to you, and we had you last year. I just want to...
has it been a year already, Jen? I'm sorry. Has it been a year already? Wow.
I can't believe it. I've learned a lot in the last year, and I want to make sure that everybody around the horn here learns about who you are at TTEC and what your role is with this position, because it's such a hot job right now.
Yeah, and I see South Africa popping too. Yeah, everybody, it's crazy. But just to let you guys know, real quick, so my role here at TTEC is the executive director of operations, in particular in the sales effectiveness field. So what I do is I essentially help people once they get our license, once they come into our healthcare vertical, learn how to be more. And I'm going to say a word here. I said word sales, but I really want to focus in on. Which sales is, all it is solutioning for our consumers to make sure that they have what they need when they leave this call, and in particular in healthcare, that we have protected them at the end of this call so that they can go live happier lives. And what does that mean? Living happier life, simple, more graduations, more weddings, more, holiday time with family, because those people are healthy and around much longer because they're taking care of their health. And we want that too. So we start off every call with that focus. So we say sales, definitely sales, but more solutioning. We got to listen to where people are at, what they need. My job is to make sure that we're doing that and that we are doing it effectively so that we can help more consumers. So that's my role here with all the healthcare accounts.
He's a solution maker, and he's the one who's going to take you, once you get your license, if you don't already have it, he's going to make sure you're that expert to make it not feel like sales, even 100%. Though it is sales, but above all else, it is making sure people get the right plans that they need to be healthy for the next year, just like you said, Patrick.
Absolutely.
And I want to put it out there for the audience, and this is kind of a robust question, but it's something that I think about every healthcare season, like when we all do, right? We think about how any topic relates to ourselves. How much would you, the audience out there, appreciate a knowledgeable, caring person available to help you make those healthcare decisions? I mean, I had to say knowledgeable and caring, because that's such an important part of this role, is to be empathetic, right, Patrick?
Yeah, well, and I was going to say, healthcare in the United States is confusing enough, right? I mean, people come in and they've heard things on TV, maybe they've read something on the internet, maybe they're getting all kinds of flyers and mailers, and there's confusing things out there. The last thing we want to do is befuddle them even further, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to, to your point, right? We are going to have compassion and empathy, and we are going to make sure that our people walk away with solutions that they can use as soon as their coverage kicks in, so that they do have what they need to go back. And again, the last thing anybody wants to worry about is health insurance every day of their life, right? So you want to make sure you have the right plan for the rest of that year. So we actually think it's a great habit to get into for people who are Medicare age, or even anybody for that matter, to reevaluate your plan every year to make sure it meets your current situation and anything else that you can see coming up. Because health insurance is one of those things that you can't, when things happen, you don't have a crystal ball and you know what you need, but especially things, medications you're taking, things like that, you want to make sure you've got those taken care of. And so the way we train our agents is very, very simple. And that is, we want you to make sure that we get those things out of the consumer so that we can take care of them, protect them today. It doesn't matter where you're helping, if you're on the customer service front lines or you're selling policies. The bottom line is that we've got to make sure it starts with a needs analysis. And that is, what do you need? It's like just take it in order, right? And then making sure that we can fulfill that, being customized, tailored, and very specific to that customer's needs, making it very personal. And so that's the object. So hopefully that helps, Jennifer.
Yeah, no, it does. And I think you've already kind of alluded to why healthcare insurance agents are really those unsung heroes. And for everybody that has joined us internationally, I appreciate it. You're getting a little sense of what it's like in the United States. This is so important for us because everything we do depends on those people on the other line that are helping us make these decisions. I don't know how many of you guys in the United States, and you can throw up a hand, that get insurance booklets or healthcare plans, and the booklets are like this thick. To have somebody on the other line just communicating what it actually means to you makes them unsung heroes to me.
Yeah, I think, and I would like to share that if I could a little bit too, is that, we like to consider ourselves part of, in the plan, the circle, if you will. Imagine a circle in your head, right? And in that circle is all the people that help your healthcare. Well, we're one of them, right? Because a licensed agent, if we're going to exercise our license properly, because you got a license, right? We need to use it now. That's how you use it. You use it by getting people's needs. You get it by protecting them, making sure that as best as possible, the things that they can see are going to be covered, and potentially things that they may not see are also taken care of as well. But certainly the things that we know about. So we want to make sure that we get a good sense of who that consumer is, and that we protect them. And one of the things is that during the pandemic, they kept saying, "Oh, essential workers," and we heard that quite a bit. We were essential workers. We were absolutely essential workers. The healthcare industry considers, a bunch of things, whether it's the hospital, the emergency room, your doctor, the paramedics, nurses. We follow the same rules, HIPAA and high tech and things like that. We follow the same rules internally as those professionals. We're just another professional with a license. And even in our healthcare customer service work, which is healthcare advocates, we still have the same level because those folks still need their healthcare taken care of. So we are in that circle. So we were essential workers. People, you can imagine during the pandemic, people had quite a lot of questions about how their healthcare would protect them. And when they read something online about a change or potentially something that was coming down the pike, they wanted to make sure that they were taken care of. And our agents did that. Our frontline agents did that. Our licensed agents made sure that they wouldn't have to worry about it the following year. So we did that. And again, just to comment, yes, it's an essential thing. It's going to be around a long time. As the baby boomers in particular in the United States go through the Medicare hoop, you've got about probably 15 more years of that. And then it might slack off a little bit, but it's going to be, probably right back at it, because the millennial generation is just as big as the boomers are. So you're going to see quite a bit of need for this. And it's something that you'll be able to use well into the future as you get that license.
Yeah, absolutely. And you just kind of summed it up as that healthcare hero and put it very much in today's perspective. Just because we're not at the height of the pandemic right now doesn't mean there isn't a ton of variance around there, as we see in the news, and that policies aren't changing. I mean, when you have something like a pandemic go through, it's even more critical to have somebody knowledgeable and caring on your side to make sure you continue the coverage as new things are discovered. So I really agree that they are unsung heroes. I want to, since you've done this and you really hone those people that get their licensure into experts, I really want to talk about who these roles are really great for. We've had so many
Yeah.
examples. Kevin Bedwell started out as a healthcare seasonal employee and moved
Yep.
into DE&I now. The other guest that I have, Brooke Gideon, started out as a healthcare agent and moved now into as a sales manager. So those are the people that are successful right now, but there's a lot of people out there right now that this is a perfect opportunity for.
Yep. So I think that, we talk about the seasonality of this because every year, essentially there's a huge need for insurance agents to, help our seniors in particular find policies that are right for them. That's number one. Number two, beyond that, simultaneously, you've got the, just open enrollment for insurance in general, right? So you've got people out there that are, needing help right around the same time. It's all right around that fourth quarter area. And so a lot of people choose to come work for us seasonally, which is fantastic. Some examples of that are college students take a semester off, come to work for us for one semester, in that last one, and basically they use that opportunity, if you will, to make a little money, right? So that they can pay for college and things of that nature. We've had quite a few people do that, and that's great if people want to just take the opportunity. We've had military families that move around a lot. It's hard for them to establish employment, in one location. And that's a great opportunity. And we love, helping our military families, of course, making sure that, as they move around a lot, that they, that's a great opportunity for them. And then, of course, you've got maybe it's a great opportunity, I think, too, to re-enter the workforce, maybe try something different. We've had some folks, maybe they were a stay-at-home parent and they're looking to get back into the workforce. This is a great opportunity because, again, you're going to get a license. If you don't have one, we have an opportunity to get you one through the College of Insurance. But once we hire all the agents we need, and you are one of those agents, or if you already have your license and you want to get back into this industry, this is a great way because you're going to be talking with people on some of our accounts. We're blessed that we talk to people from 50 states, all 50 states, which requires a license in all of those states. So your resume can go from, I was home, raising my children to I had a job that allowed me to sell policies in up to 50 states, which is pretty impressive. And then that's ignoring the opportunity that's inside TTEC, which I don't want to do at all because many people, as you mentioned, have started out as seasonal agents, took an opportunity with us, like the company culture, which why wouldn't you? And then secondly, decided to become part of the family, and they've evolved. I've literally, there's so many stories. We used to say, let's collect those stories so we could tell them. We don't even do that anymore because there's so many stories. You can literally get in a room full of about 20 or 30 TTEC employees, and probably 25 of them are going to have this same exact story. Is that because let's face it, when I was 5 years old, they didn't say, Pat, what do you want to be when you grow up? And I said, oh, I want to be a licensed agent, or I want to work in an insurance program, or no, I probably said Ghostbuster or disc jockey or something funny like that. But again, nobody ever seeks this, right? But sometimes it's the career that finds you. And that's what we find with a lot of our people. They didn't even know they wanted to do this until they gave it an opportunity, came on board and realized, you know what, I'm helping people. I'm getting paid to do it. And I've also, been able to educate myself on something that, let's face it, who doesn't in the United States touch insurance? I mean, every country does it different, but in the United States, insurance touches us every year. We go through open enrollment, we get bombarded by advertisement. So, now you become the family spokesperson for that. People are going to start calling you and consulting your sage wisdom on this because you're the expert in that field. And that's exactly what we're looking for you to do with the consumers as well, because those consumers are someone else's family as well. They are moms, dads, siblings of folks. So
absolutely. And this is why I always love having you on, because you eloquently and passionately convey what it means and put a little truth in it, because nobody at 5 years old wants to be anything more than a firefighter or maybe a pony rider.
Right. That's what I'm saying, right? Or maybe you want to own a form of ponies, right? But you never said insurance agent. But that's, like I said, a lot of people take it and they're like, I didn't even know. This is what I wanted to do, and this is great. I love doing this. And we've even had people who are in the home health industry and didn't like, going around and things of that nature. They came and took an opportunity with us, and this is their way to be in the healthcare industry, which it is. and express those emotions and feelings, and have that lift, if you will, of spirit that they're helping people in the same manner, quite honestly. So
yeah, and I just want to highlight 2 of your points. We had one of the information sessions, and I hope our producers will drop the links to the upcoming information sessions if you're interested in this job on the 22nd and the 29th. But one of our previous ones, she came in and she says, yeah, I've worked with TTEC for years. I started with healthcare and they moved me to other lines like life and property and casualty. So that's, you have the ability to really be flexible and move around, because TTEC loves to hire from within. And it's always refreshing when I meet somebody like that. And then to the second point about military spouses, yeah, you're moving around every 2 to 3 years. This is an opportunity with flexibility. If you get your licensure in numerous states, you can pick that up and have a job with TTEC, or as an independent contractor, or with another company. Once you gain that licensure, it's yours. And it's really powerful in that regard.
It's like taking, like educating yourself around like Six Sigma or anything like that. It's something else that, you're going to be able to take with you. It's college. I consider it to be college level education, because, you have to pass the state exam, as an example. This is not getting a license is not easy. If it was, everybody would have it, but we help it make that process easy. We train people to do it. We educate them to do it. And then, of course, once they get that license, my job is to make sure that you know how to exercise it and help as many consumers as we can. And I can tell you that there's a lot of honor in that.
Yeah. And Patrick's the right person that's going to turn you into that subject matter expert, where we promise you won't feel like it's sales. You'll be helping somebody. So Patrick, I really appreciate your time, and I'm so glad to have you back on the show. You're always welcome to talk about healthcare, because I think you do put the care in healthcare here at TTEC.
Thank you.
So thank you for being with us today.
Thank you all, and thank you all the folks that tuned in. It's awesome to see the reach that we have here at TTEC, and again, give us a try, please. That's all I ask. Is that I promise you'll find, like most of our people did, that this is not just a job, but it's something that's fulfilling and going to help you out every day. So Jennifer, thanks so much.
All right. Thank you, Patrick. So as we've talked to Patrick, I hope you're hyped. I hope you're ready to give healthcare a try. Again, we have those information sessions that are coming up, 3 of them in the last 2 weeks of June, so the 22nd and the 29th. I hope the production team will drop the RSVP links in the chat, so you can sign up right now, learn a little bit more. I'm going to give you a shortcut very shortly here with our hot jobs section. So starting off with, we're going to go a little bit out of the norm before we get into our bilingual our customer service and sales positions, which is the College of Insurance. I will get to that in a second. But first, we have to have those licensed facilitators to make sure that there's somebody to train. So if you've been sitting here the whole time and you're like, I'm already licensed, I don't need to do this, I know a bit more about it, this is an opportunity for you. This is somebody that will support and educate and guide adult learners who are seeking to obtain their resident state insurance sales license. So those are the educators that are going to help people get their licensure. You must have a current resident state insurance sales license, and you must be willing and able to teach that. So some additional experience is absolutely needed. This is a temporary or seasonal position, and you can look you can always go to ttecjobs.com, which looks just like this. Type in the description of seasonal licensed facilitator, or you can use the link that's going to be dropped in the chat. So going along with the theme of today, if you're ready to learn how to become a licensed healthcare insurance agent, I have to make sure it's right, because there are a few types of licensure out there. So I want to make sure this is right. So this is specifically for healthcare. Our biggest opportunity is for those that are bilingual. The pay range is $18 to about $24 an hour, and the bilinguals get that premium of $1 per hour, and that's grouped into that range. This is an opportunity for you to go through the pre-licensure training with us. It's 40 hours paid training. TTEC will give you the training. They will help you get the license. They will pay for the license, the background checks, fingerprinting, absolutely everything to get you on your path to becoming a licensed healthcare insurance agent. And what I recommend, whether you're bilingual or English, there's an opportunity for you there. You can see that's the customer service sales representative, which is the College of Insurance, to get you the pre-licensure training. I know I'm throwing a lot of words out there. Just trust me, this is the right position. You can use the keywords customer service and sales representative, and then just look for the position that is remote United States, because there's a couple other opportunities in Tennessee, North Carolina, Arkansas, and I think Canada. So everybody who's in Canada, give that a look too. I highly recommend going to ttecjobs.com, putting in the keyword of the customer service and sales representative. You'll find the bilingual link. You'll find the regular general link. So give that a shot at ttecjobs.com. All right, now that you are officially all knowledgeable about healthcare at TTEC, and you've met Patrick, who's going to make you that subject matter expert behind the scenes, and you're ready to join one of our information sessions that are happening on the 22nd and the 29th of June here, and then apply, you're good to go. You're here. You're in the TTEC family, and we are really happy that you're considering us maybe, and that you've joined us today at the talent show powered by TTEC. Kind of a smooth transition there, right? Because after all, TTEC is powered by our talent. And if you can't see the passion in Patrick, please come back next year. We'll probably have him on, and for the third time, we'll make sure you see it. I want to take a moment again and thank Patrick for joining us so much. I also want to thank everybody that's out there today that's joined us from India to Phoenix, Arizona. We really appreciate you being here. If you weren't here, if you didn't show up every other week, we wouldn't be doing this show. So thank you so much. And lastly, to the production team behind the scenes that make this happen every other week. We love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you again on June 30th for the next talent show.